The intro cutscene for the very first map of Black Ops 7 Zombies is here. From a brand new villain infecting our crew with the Dark Ether, to zombie bears and maybe denizens, and of course a blog post detailing all of the information about our character, including an OG character that is ripped straight out of a different century. There's so much info, let's get into it. All right, live reaction, here we go. This is just a reckoning ending, isn't it? Man, I think I saw some people say that they figured this would be the intro of this map. And in hindsight, that makes a whole lot of sense. They look as good as ever, of course. Ooh.
It is a party, and y'all are the guests of honor.
Oh, we recognize that voice, don't we?
Technically, the main course.
Ooh, that looks good.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah. Who are you?
I know.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Y'all
Wait.
are confused.
Whoa, is this the
Was I?
blood burner guy?
But as they say,
Ooh. This is the Liberty
too
Falls.
shall pass.
This, oh, okay. He's got white eyes. Feed? Is that what he said? Feed? Oh, we're breaking this down, dude. This looks so good. We knew they got infected somehow. Wow, that looks so sick. And it's everybody. Yep. This is how they got infected. Oh, he's healing himself. That's pretty cool. That's the Liberty Falls Sheriff, isn't it?
See y'all real soon.
See y'all real soon. Okay, and then he dips out of there.
In the meantime, why don't y'all get to know some of the natives?
Okay, and now we're gonna get to the action part of it. Wow. Hell pigs, okay.
Kill them or be killed.
Sounds like Nikolai, dude. Oh, the action. This is great. Oh, Richtofen looks so sick. Oh, that looks... Dude, this cost so much money to make, didn't it? Dempsey and Gray. And this is the shot of Takeo, of course. Coming up soon, I imagine. Oh, Maya using a sword. Oh. Passing it together, dude. This is so well done. I got the dumbest smile on my face right now. And of course, we're going, yep, outside there to the spawn room, of course. New starting pistol, maybe, I don't know. Ooh.
Oh, you all are some bona fide cutthroat killers. This is gonna be fun.
Ooh, I hope that's the new announcer. Oh my goodness, check that out. Check that artwork out. Look at this guy. That looks straight out of the comics, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Dude, that's a zombie bear. That's a zombie bear. We were so right. A zombie bear, that thing, I don't know if that's the exact thing out of the comics, like a denizen or something, but man, does that look good. And the sheriff in the background driving the wonder vehicle. Let's see if we can't zoom in here a little bit as we progress. The zombies, they just kind of look like basic zombies. Oh, that looks like a different thing, doesn't it? Those two look like, or maybe that's just a crawler version. This one looks like it doesn't have any legs, so maybe that's a brand new denizen. Maybe these are the return of the denizens, but then they're just updated to look crazier. That looks hideous, man. Love the zombie models being the farm and, you know, town style. We are still in Liberty Falls. You know, reckoning took place in Liberty Falls. Ooh, there's zombies coming out of his face, dude. This art, bravo to whoever created this art. This looks sick. Hold up. I just noticed something. Okay, this is the HD version of this image. And by the way, it looks so much better, but in the reflection of our sheriff's glasses here, you can see more details of the map. That is 100% the launch facility from Ascension. But more than that, if we go to this one, you see a pyramid-like structure and so much stuff floating. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to see what more is there. Look at that pyramid right there. It's got the chaos sign on it, whatever this alchemy symbol is. Things being obviously ripped apart, torn apart. This is important because there's a I don't know if it's a Liberty Falls or a Reckoning intel, but Panos is talking about a vision and he sees in the Dark Ether, there's this town, there's this diner, it's obviously hinting towards transit, but then he says there's a pyramid-like device, which is right here. This is what they were setting up with Panos all along. Strange they didn't pay it off in Black Ops 6. That's kind of a knock on it, but we're seeing it here, and that's totally just straight up Ascension. That's Ascension right there. Here's a clean view of this new enemy, a new enemy. Oh, it's so good. There's our look at the zombie bear too. Look at that. Oh man. That's just so good. It's probably from the Ascension facility because, you know, Russian facility, Russia has bears. So that's probably where it's come from. There's another look at this enemy, which again does have legs. I was wrong about that. Does have legs, but it's got these spiny, dude, that looks so much like these enemies that MZZ was talking about yesterday in his chat, or his chat was talking about. That looks so familiar, so close. I don't know if it is that or if it's gonna be that, but man, that's really cool. I don't know exactly what this says right here. Something Jesse, maybe? I don't know. That's hard to, I'm not really good at Wordle, so I'm not going to be able to make anything out there. Is there anything else? We've got some skulls maybe down here. Obviously the lightning that we heard in the intel yesterday. And as far as I could tell, it's just a couple little zombie figures here. You've got these edges on the Wonder vehicle here. That's probably going to be able to kill zombies as you're driving. And just some more good looking zombies here. But man, look at that. I'm so glad I caught that. The pyramid thing, the Ascension facility. So let's break that down. We're here in my editing software. Obviously the first part just straight up from the Reckoning End cutscene, or rather the Reckoning End cutscene is from this intro. After the welcome to the party line, we hear our new enemy say, you got that straight. He says, this is a party and you guys are the guests of honor, which is interesting because after he comes down and does this, he tells these zombie heads to feed, and they're clearly like, you know, doing something terrible to our crew here. And as we know from Modern Warfare Zombies, Dr. Gray says that they were infected by the dark ether, which I'm guessing is basically what's going on here. I just gotta praise them on how good this looks. Trey, this is why intros are so good. Now here's a shot of what this guy looks like before, and then once he does his whole thing, this is kind of what he looks like after. So we'll need a side by side to see if it's all that different, but it definitely, you know, it's channeling something from them to him in some form or fashion. So he's gaining strength or power in some way. Now I do want to point out at this moment, this voice actor, if I'm remembering right, this is the same voice actor that we heard in the intro or the reveal trailer of Liberty Falls. You know, he's the whole welcome to Liberty Falls. We're dying to have ya.
There's a place just round the bend. A place by the name of Liberty Falls. It's a place of simple tastes.
It is a party, and y'all are the guests of honor.
Where church ain't just for Sundays.
But as they say, this too shall pass.
So if you're passing this way, be sure to stop on by. We're dying to welcome you.
And it would be really cool if he was the announcer, because I do really like his voice. I don't know what this insignia or badge is on his hat. Just by looking at it right away, it looks like two swords, but who knows what that looks like? Let me know in the comments. He does have a sword here. My theory is that he is a part of the Shadow Smiths, and this might be the shadow benefactor that Dr. Panos was talking to. Dr. Panos in Liberty Falls, we know, trapped our strike team within the dark ether, and so maybe this guy goes around and collects the souls or infects people in the dark ether for some reason or another. Oh man, I really hope the story actually follows through on that, but after that happens, not a whole bunch to talk about. You get to see everybody in action. Great choreography. Dude, Richtofen looks so good there. I know I pointed that out before, but man, the glowing white eyes is so good. I love the choreography of Takeo using a sword to kill a zombie, then Maya takes it, kills some more zombies, stabs a zombie, and then gives it back to Takeo, and then Takeo, oh man, dude, just, that's fun. That's just straight up fun. And worth mentioning, during the reveal of Black Ops 7 Zombies, we never got a good look of this version of our other characters, or our Black Ops 6 characters, I guess. We really only saw the OG crew, which I think we're calling Tempest, and that's because they didn't want to spoil that our Black Ops 6 characters are also touched by the dark ether, or infected by the dark ether. But all this stuff happens, and then we get to, you know, Richtofen shoots this zombie with grenades on it, explodes, Janus Towers, there you go. and we are in the new spawn room. I'm trying to see if there's anything we could see. Maybe that's a Dark Ether crystal right there. Would make a lot of sense. We see obviously the new Black Ops 7 guns. I wish I knew what they all were, but I think Exclusive Ace has a really good breakdown on all that. And look, that 8-character crew right there. I love how it starts us off right off the heels of Black Ops 6. I think that's going to make this game feel really cohesive with Black Ops 6, which could be a good thing if they go in a certain direction. It also could be a bad thing if they go in a certain direction. So I'm interested to see, but all these guys look really good. And what looks especially good is this poster right here. A zombie bear. These things which we suspect, I mean, they might be denizens. They might just be something else entirely. This could be the new vermin for all we know. We see the new Wonder Vehicle. I'm trying to see if I see Ted anywhere. Obviously, this is the bad guy in the background. Very reminiscent of the Classified sort of poster, but this just, I'm excited. And we're not even done yet because I'm checking Twitter and we got ourselves a blog post to talk about. Dempsey, Nikolai, Takeo, Richtoff, and Maya Weaver, Carver Gray. They look so good, and our brand new enemy and that new zombies logo. It's purple. I love it. A battle atop the headquarters of Project Genesis turns into a terrifying dimensional dive into the Dark Ether. Welcome to the party. Also gotta say, Ashes of the Damned is a killer title. I love that. Great name for a map. After a tumultuous battle high atop of Janus Towers, celebrations are abruptly short-lived as Weaver, Gray, Carver, Maya are thrust into the Dark Ether dimension. The crew don't even have time to pick themselves up from the ground before they're startled by the arrival of a welcoming committee. It's a party, and y'all are the guests of honor. A southern drawl echoes across the lobby. All 8 turn as a mysterious figure slowly descends the lobby steps, his face hidden by a wide-brimmed hat. The totem skulls he arrives in each hand that suggest a much more terrifying entity. This is just going through what I just went through. I already did this. We're not in West Virginia anymore. There's a couple different things here, but it's basically going over what we just went through. My goodness, look at those characters. The pale skin, the bright eyes. This is great. How and why are the crew transported to the Dark Ether? Who are these never before seen incarnations of the original Zombies crew, and how did they get there? Who can be trusted? Find out on November 14th. Until then, let's get to know all 8 dedicated crew members all over again, as well as for the first time. So here we have Weaver, a Ranger-trained CIA operative. Weaver's combat acumen and espionage know-how have carried him through countless engagements. After his mother defected from the former Soviet Union, Weaver dedicated his life to exceptional military service in clandestine operations. Haunted by tactical errors and driven by a desire to fight for something he believes in, Weaver stands strong with those who fight beside him. Weaver's been transformed by the fall of Janus Towers. No longer a shadow spy master, he has become a hardened leader forged by sacrifice. With Requiem shattered, he gathers the broken pieces in the fight against the Dark Ether, determined to ensure his friends survive. Dr. Gray, something worth noting here, this looks to be kind of like the menu for Black Ops 6 Zombies. I'll see if any of the, yeah, there's more, there's probably just the infinite walking background, which is okay, I guess, but yeah, I wish the menus looked a little bit better, but I don't know, that's not confirmed or anything. There's a lot of words here to say that Dr. Gray is just a scientist. Transformed by years of imprisonment at the hand of the former director of Requiem, she uses her genius and scientific mind to ensure her team maintains every tactical advantage. Gray walks away from Janus Towers with her victories tempered by a growing unease, the gnawing doubt that science may not be able to truly mend the damage it has wrought. Once a steadfast believer in reason, she now is starting to suspect that survival may demand something beyond the equations and experiments that once brought her comfort. Carver's more the military guy, from a family line of military excellence, and distinguished himself with exceptional skill and commitment to his country and brothers in arms. Carver leaves Janus Towers with his fury at the Dark Ether sharpened, reforged into a burning clarity of purpose. No longer content to follow orders, he embraces the role of protector, seeking to carve out a future where humanity can stand on its own, free of masters either mortal or cosmic in nature. Maya, what's going on with Maya? Trained in the family business of smuggling since she was a child, she brings stealth, covert tactics, and a sharp mind to every engagement. Street smart and deadly, her effectiveness in combat comes from long years of honoring her skills in infiltration, evasion, and misdirection. Her knowledge of the criminal underworld and its unorthodox tactics often comes in handy. Her pursuit of the syndicate that abducted her brother threw into Requiem's path when she helped free their leaders on Terminus Island. Though out of her depth in the science and machinations of the Dark Ether, her grit, grief, and hard-earned street instincts made her an easy ally in a fight far larger than her own. Uncertain of her role within her newfound family, the events of Janus Towers removed her luxury of choice, as once again she has to throw in with allies old and new if she is to have any chance of survival. Dempsey, this incarnation of Tank Dempsey, is a battle-hardened U.S. Marine who recently fought through the jungles of 1968 Vietnam with grit, sarcasm, and a relentless will to survive. In this fractured reality, his distrust of his new companions and the unfamiliar surroundings have turned this otherwise dependable soldier into the unpredictable wild card of the group. Now, in previous iterations, Tank Dempsey was very self-aware. He broke the fourth wall quite a bit, so I wonder if they're going to start doing that again. Takeo Misaki is a disgraced Ronin who wandered 1591 feudal Japan without master or honor, carrying the weight of his exile as a yoke he cannot cast off. This is cool. 1591 feudal Japan. I mean, Dempsey are, it makes sense. Dempsey was a World War II soldier. I mean, they were all World War II soldiers because that's when World at War took place. So making him a Vietnam soldier just kind of makes sense. It's a little bit more updated, but going back in time to 1591, dude, that's awesome. That's really cool. Bound by a code he only still barely believes in, he seeks redemption in the chaos of battle, his blade both a burden he must bear and a judgment on his enemies. Sounds like Takeo to me. Soviet tank commander Nikolai Belensky arrives in the Dark Ether from the brutal, mountainous landscape of 1984 Afghanistan. So a very, very modern Nikolai here, where duty, disillusionment, and misfortune collided. Scarred by war and haunted by both betrayal and his own decisions, he masks his bitterness with dark humor, yet remains a steadfast warrior when the shells begin to fall. I also love how they gave him a shotgun because that's very much the weapon that he used back in the day. Now Richthofen, Dr. Edward Richthofen, a brilliant but unhinged scientist and hero of the Reich, finds himself torn from 1945 in a world where the Axis powers triumphed over the Allied nations. That is huge. There was a huge leak about all of the different map locations of Black Ops 7. Let me know if you want to see that video. But in one of them, it was like a World War II New York where the Axis had triumphed over the Allied nations. So that gives a whole lot of credibility to that map leak. Shaped by ambition and tainted by corruption, he masks his innate sadism and considerable ego behind quick wit and a charming smile. He vows that reality itself will ultimately bow to his designs. Ripped from their respective timelines, our expanded crew finds themselves thrown together in an alien dimension accompanied by old friends, uncertain allies, and something far, far worse. That is really cool. That's phrasing that we've seen throughout the zombie storyline, first showing up, I believe, in Black Ops 1 Moon, where Samantha Maxis was telling Edward Richthofen that there is something far, far worse inside of the MPD, or in the Dark Ether, or Argotha, or whatever the case was back in the day. So I just love that little motif there. I don't think that's a direct reference, but, never rule anything out. Full zombies reveal next week. Head back here to the Call of Duty blog next week and prepare for a massive intel blast detailing extensive gameplay, systems, enemies, and feature content coming to Black Ops 7 direct from the Treyarch Zombies team. Here we have the dates again. Early access is going to be October 2nd to October 5th, anybody who pre-ordered that. And then the open beta for everybody is going to be October 5th to October 8th. And in the small font here, I don't think you can see it. Oh, that's big. It says that this is a multiplayer beta. Oh, here's some specifics. The initial part of the beta is planned to launch Thursday, October 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific. And this is for anybody who pre-ordered the game on any platform, as well as eligible Game Pass subscribers. And then concludes 72 hours later when the main open beta begins on Sunday, October 5th at 10 a.m. Pacific. The beta is available on all platforms at the same time. The second part of the beta is open and free for all players on all platforms, is planned to begin Sunday, October 5th at 10 a.m., scheduled to conclude 72 hours later on Wednesday, October 8th at 10 a.m. If you pre-order digital, you don't need a beta code. If you did a physical, you'll get a beta code at the point of sale. Ashes of the Damned will be our very first zombie experience for Black Ops 7 Zombies, and so far, things are looking pretty pretty darn good. I can't stop looking at this image, so I'm gonna sit here for the next couple hours and just stare at this beautiful thing. In the meantime, if you want the latest news for Black Ops 7, and you want to know everything we know so far about Black Ops 7 Zombies, be sure to check out these videos, subscribe, and stay beautiful.